All right. So that was super cool. So now just a quick recap of where we should be. You've opened up your Air account now, and we've created a appointment setting script, which we just role played. Now we're going to review that. So just to know where you are for context, the first thing I want to do is kind of hop into Twilio, just so that you could see where things are from a billing perspective, because that's number one thing that no one ever reviews and looks at. I'm going to show, let's see here. I'm going to open this in a new tab just because I want to show you how to navigate to this. See, this should be here. All right. So now it should be under voice, manage. Well, the quickest way to do this is just go here to manage billing. So we'll just do it like that.
You also have at the top right there where it says billing too. It might be in there.
Um, well, I just want to show them how to get here if they don't know how to. Billing, no, that wasn't easier.
Billing overview.
Billing overview, much easier. Thanks, Tom. All right, so here it is, billing overview. So now we're at the same kind of area here. And so
Yeah,
now if we go down to pricing, so this is, we funded it with this amount here. And so this is our pricing. So from here, we looked at all the pricing stuff. That's not what I wanted to show you. We wanted to see the usage now. So now
the,
that we've actually triggered and made a call and did a role play, we want to look at the usage summary of things. Okay. So right here, it collapses all of this. So you can see how much this call actually was and how they actually break it down by the minutes. So, Tom, this is right up your alley, with all these numbers and quantities. So, for an actual call, do you see this breakdown, Tom? It's saying that it's 24 billable minutes. And this charge here for the phone number, it
yeah,
automatically charges. We didn't have to pay for a number. Well, we did pay for a number, but we
you
didn't have to
did.
go through the process of picking a number and everything. It did that automatically. Because if you can verify the phone number that it called from, we should have that phone number in here.
Yeah, it was like a Kentucky number, and I don't remember picking it. I guess I'm guessing because we had air synced up to it, it automatically chose a number, which you do have that ability from my understanding. Which is probably for a later video that we how you can actually choose a number and stuff.
Yeah. So if we're just analyzing this here, Tom, um, so it's the programmable minutes voice, and this is recordings, and it records, um, first it records the actual air agent by itself, and it also records them merged with you, the callee, like you, Tom. So it divides it into two separate things because it records both sides. And this is recordings, and where we'll find out where that is, or I'll show you where that is. And then media streams and outbound voice minutes. So the total call time of it was around 5 minutes, but they actually round up. So it was like 5 minutes and some change, right?
Okay. I didn't
And
I didn't take notice on how long that call was, but yeah, okay.
yeah, it was 5 minutes and some change. And they actually round up. So just so we know, for our own reference, when we're trying to figure out what our usage is and everything, that's exactly what it's for, what it is. And these are the other charges for that. So 6 at this rate, well, at this cost. So you can kind of see how this is broken down. And I'm sure, Tom, we can go into a further breakdown of this if anyone is interested in us doing that. But just a quick snapshot, just the overall view of it is a 5 minutes and some change call cost um this much here. So this is how much it is. And then plus the number that you have to get. Does that make
Gotcha.
sense?
It does. I'm not sure how they came up with 24 though. I mean, I do see with all the, if you add up the 12 and the 12,
Yeah.
record at 12, voice minutes 12, media stream 6, outbound
So
voice 6.
great question, great segue. If we go into this voice log, that's when we're about to find out how they're actually billing this. So here's the call, right? Oh, here it is. Yeah, see, 5 minutes and some change outgoing. If we click on the call now, it brings us into the details.
Yeah, you can
Move
see,
this.
you can listen to it there. Question for
So
you then. Let me ask,
yeah.
is there a way to turn that off? Because isn't Air doing their recording on their end, or does this need to be turned on so that can occur?
Well, Twilio has to do this for their end for compliance purposes. They have to record it. They have to
Okay.
know what these are. There's no turning this feature off because it's data. The data has to live somewhere.
Okay.
What Air does is it's going to pull this data into Air though. So we're going to see on the Air platform where we can actually access this call. So interestingly enough, I'll play just short so you can just see what this is.
Hello?
Hey, Tom.
Yeah, this is Tom.
Hey, Tom. This is Alexander from New Horizon IT
All right.
Company.
So did you hear it?
Yeah, and real quick, while my mind's still on the numbers, do you mind
Uh-huh.
going back to the numbers again real quick? I just want to
Sure.
calculate something.
Yeah.
So we were charged 13.8 cents for basically for a 6 minute call. Is that basically it?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. Okay, I'm just
You're talking about all the charges together? It's this right here, yeah.
okay. So we're I don't recall what it. So basically, at the end of from what the way it looks, it's 2.3 cents per minute, which is not bad still. Which I think
Okay.
that's basically what it was when we, go back to the pricing SMS pricing, and yeah, go there.
Mm-hmm.
Scroll. We reviewed it the last video. I can't remember what it was
The
though. I
voice
just want to.
pricing? Yeah.
Yes, there it is. Okay, local calls.
Mm-hmm.
So we did to make a call is 1.4 cents. So 0.4. So there's an extra 0.9 cents of charges being per minute there for
Mm-hmm.
other recording features, which I don't see where that's itemized anywhere in there.
It's
I mean,
not. Yeah,
yeah,
these are like
yeah, either or.
the
I mean, 2.4 cents is not bad, and then you got the 11 cents um from air. So you're looking at 13.4 cents is the total cost that you'll see per minute for an outbound call, from how it
right.
looks.
And it's good that we're reviewing kind of this cost. This is going to tell you the total cost of this. These breakdowns, it would be nice, obviously, if everywhere they actually told you what these breakdowns were and what it consisted of, because now this is just telling you, oh, this is 0.84 cents, 0.084, right?
Yeah, it's more than
Um,
that because it's 13.8 cents. That's just the cost of the
oh
call.
yeah, this is actually what it's billing, and that actually reflects even our total. That's why I wanted to go over this real quick so that people know off the jump, what exactly are the charges so that you know exactly. Because when you're doing your own calculations for budgeting and doing a marketing plan and putting a budget together for this to know what your spend is, you want to kind of know, like, hey, at least ballpark. And I know, Tom, you can create a really cool breakdown for us, after reviewing this, and maybe that's something we'll do for them. You know,
Okay.
we'll get a good breakdown here, a calculator, so that you can kind of know, hey, these are what the charges are. This is what it's going to be for these calls. Well, anyhow, we don't want to bore you guys with the details of all that. If you want us to make a video in further detail on this information, feel free. We do want to go over just where you can find the information though, okay? So we'll jump back into that. So here's the recording. It gives these two.
Calling me here. Hello?
Hey, Tom.
This is very strange.
Yes.
Very strange. Sometimes this here recording here is only the AI and it's not you in it as well. But in this case, it's both. So, okay, whatever, that works. This is more information here just about, this is more detailed information. If you guys want to go into the weeds, like this is developer type stuff. It tells you the latency. This 200 just means that the request is good. So you want to see that this is a 200. You know, when you're having problems, you're troubleshooting and you're trying to figure out where the problem is, this is what this is kind of for. As you can see, it's hooked in and it's sending all this stuff. So these are all successful, so that's good. All right. Inside here. And then this says you hung up. The callee hung up. All right. And this doesn't have any transcripts, so there's no transcripts in here of it. And I'm just showing you what the information you can get from Twilio. All right. This is the call. Here we go. It's a start the call recording, so it's recording the call and it's outbound. So these are the things it's actually doing. So that's why it has two different recordings now that makes sense. It starts recording from the API and then they actually have another outbound API that shoots this recording back. So they're actually talking on both platforms. That's what's going on there. All right. So it's kind of like a redundancy to make sure you get the recording. So you're probably never going to have to go to this. The thing that you're going to want to use Twilio for definitely is if you want to get in detail on your usage charges here. So just go here, just to recap, go to billing, go to overview, and usage is right here.
Yeah. The Air's UI is a whole lot cleaner than this. So
Correct. Yeah. So with having said that, let's get into Air and we can see exactly what Air actually provides for you. And it's far easier. All right, let's get into that. So over here at Air, this is our recording. So right here, we should have a recording. Boom. So this is the information here. We role played. This gives the date, time. So this is the information you get. And as you can see, here's the recording here again.
Calling me here. Hello?
Hey, Tom.
Yes, this is Tom.
Yep.
Hey, Tom. This is Alexander from New Horizon IT Company. I'm giving you a call because it seems like you opted into our website.
See? So there, you can actually listen to that whole recording. Down here, we could download that recording for any purposes if you want to share it with anyone from your team or anything. So there, listen, read. These are the actual notes. This is just out of the box. Remember, we didn't configure any of this when we built this. So this is just out of the box, and these are the detailed information it gives you. So it gives you the prospect names, prospects interested in this company, prospect opted into the website for more information. So that's just off the top. Hyper specific details about the prospect's goals. Prospect is looking for help with data, specifically interested in software that protects. So this is all great information for your sales team, you know, to have right at.
Can I
Go ahead.
intervene here?
Yeah, sure.
So I've managed call centers in the past, and the kind of notes you see here, you never get from any sort of call center representative that's booking an appointment. They're not this detailed, and like you said, this is right out of the box.
Yeah, right out of the box, you're getting all this information. This is extraordinary. Like it just puts nothing but a smile on my face because you could do some damage with when you just have information like this at the tip of your finger. It also does transcribe it automatically, so you could see exactly. So, you know, this is a summary of the call essentially, like a high level summary of the call. very detailed. This is probably sufficient. I don't know if I would ever have to go to the transcript unless you wanted to see their email address or exactly what they said, but the transcript is there as well of the call. Any of this information is more information to your point, Tom. Would you get this information in a call center like
No.
this, detailed?
No, not at all. It's very rare that someone's going to be providing the transcript or that kind of detailed notes. I mean, currently, yeah, no, yeah, you're not going to get anywhere that detailed. I'm just thinking back in the past of all the call centers I've worked for and I've managed, and we've always encouraged those that are booking an appointment to write as detailed notes as much as possible. But a lot of times it's just one liner. Hey, they're interested. So it's like that's
Right.
basically the extent of the average note that you would get from a call center booking agent. So.
And yeah, no, I mean, I think that's really one of the powerful points about Air is it does all this in one spot. And like that was super simple to set up like that. Here's the post call notes, that's what they call them, right? And these are 100% editable. So if there's anything we want to add or tell like the Air agent, we need to get this information, we can actually edit the information that gets delivered to us on the post call notes. That's super cool. We'll review that later. I'm just going to show you what it does there. This also, we didn't even touch this. Check this out. We can actually change the voice models.
Claro, permíteme hacerte esta pregunta antes de adentrarnos.
Whoa, I didn't even
That's
know that's a
new.
new one.
Yeah, it's in beta. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got the Spanish.
So
Yeah,
they
that's
got
new.
a Spanish one coming out.
Okay, solid. I guess for now, I'd like to kind of get to know your business a little.
There you go, women's voice.
All right, cool. Sounds good. Well, we'll kind of dive into it. I'm glad we were able to chat today. I know you talked to Matt for a minute. He had kind of filled me in on some of the conversation, but I just wanted to take some time and kind of figure out if we can help continue building your business. I'm assuming at this point you've probably watched and learned quite a bit about how.
All right, cool. Sounds good.
These
Well,
voice
we'll
models.
kind of dive into it. I'm glad we were able to chat today, and I know you had you talked to Matt for a minute, so he kind of filled me on some of the conversation y'all had, but I just wanted to take.
All right, cool. Sounds good. Well, we'll kind of dive into it. I'm glad we were able to.
Tom, these voice models sound great. They sound incredible. Wow. So yeah, so we're reviewing this role play, and so let's go ahead, let's listen to the role play so we can kind of see what we liked, what we didn't like. So going back over here, let's take a listen. So thanks guys for following us. We just wanted to show you real quick all those things. So thanks for bearing with us. But let's get into this. So if you didn't hear the call the last time, we'll go through this call. If not, go back to that video. You can listen to how we set it up and all that sort of stuff, but you can hear what the call was now, okay? So this is the call, our role play. Do you think we should go over this, Tom?
You could speed it up if you want. I mean,
Yeah,
or you
let's
just
do
play
that.
at normal speed.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hey, Tom.
Yes, this is Tom.
Hey, Tom. This is Alexander from New Horizon IT Company. I'm giving you a call because it seems like you opted into our website looking for more information. Do you recall that?
Horizon, yeah, I remember.
Great, Tom. Well, the reason I'm calling is that I'm a manager here at New Horizon IT Company's client success team on a recorded line, and I have about 3 to 5 minutes to check in with you to see if there's any way we can assist you. By the way, a few people have mentioned that the audio is a bit laggy today, so if I cut you off or if there's a delay, I apologize in advance. But yeah, anyways, I'm curious. What got you interested in New Horizon IT Company?
Just things you guys do to help my company out.
That's awesome, Tom. Tell me more about the things you're looking for help with. What specific challenges or goals are you hoping New Horizon IT Company can assist you with?
Well, we had a data breach, so really that's what I'm looking for is the software that protects my data that you guys offer.
I completely understand. Exactly, Tom. Data protection is crucial for any business, and I'm glad you're looking into it. Now let's fast forward to 12 months from now. If you were using our IT software and it turned out better than you could have possibly imagined, what would that look like for you and your company?
Well, for one, we wouldn't have those data breaches anymore.
Absolutely, Tom. Data breaches can be a major headache for businesses. Can you tell me more about why it's important for you to eliminate data breaches and how they are currently affecting your business?
Well, the data breach went live, and we had to it was a concern to some of our clients. As a result, we lost quite a bit of those clients as a result. So that's why it's pretty important to us.
I see, Tom. Losing clients due to data breaches can have a significant impact on a business. It sounds like it's causing a lot of frustration and loss for you. Can you go a bit deeper on how these data breaches are affecting your business and what other problems or constraints you're currently facing?
I mean, that's basically it. Just I need to just protect data. That's it. That's what I saw your ad about, and that's really all I'm looking for. So there's really nothing else I have any issues with. Just really just the data breach issue.
I understand, Tom. Data breaches can be a major concern, and I'm glad you reached out to us for help. Rest assured, we specialize in data protection and can definitely assist you with that. Now, to better understand your specific needs, can you tell me more about the impact these data breaches have had on your business? How has it affected your operations, reputation, or even your relationships with clients?
Well, as mentioned, we lost some clients. So I'm really just trying to find out what you guys cost here, so we can get this thing resolved right away. Because as of right now, this happened recently, and it's been a huge problem. A lot of our clients have been notified, and a lot of them are kind enough to go ahead and put our service on pause until we get this resolved. And we actually, that's what we're trying to do. So we want to get this resolved right away. So if you can get us the cost and get this to the right person, if that's not you. So yeah.
I completely understand, Tom. Resolving the data breach issue quickly is definitely a top priority. While I don't have the exact cost information at the moment, I can schedule a meeting with an IT software specialist on our team who can provide you with all the details you need. They'll be able to assess your specific situation and provide you with a tailored solution. Now, to get this set up, can you let me know what time zone you're in?
Eastern.
Got it, Tom. Since you're in the Eastern time zone, I have a couple of available times for the meeting. We have a slot at 10 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow, or we can also do 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern time the day after tomorrow. Which one works best for you?
You said 10 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow?
Apologies for the confusion, Tom. The available time slot is actually 10 a.m. Eastern time tomorrow. Does that time work for you?
Yeah, that works for me.
Awesome, Tom. I'll lock in that time for you. Just to double check, there's no reason you wouldn't be able to make the meeting, right? I want to ensure that everything goes smoothly.
Yeah, I should be able to make it.
Great to hear, Tom. I've successfully scheduled the meeting for you. I'm really excited to hear how your meeting goes, and most importantly, to see you get the results you're looking for. So everything is good to go over here. I hope you have an awesome rest of your day.
You too.
Thank you, Tom. Take care and have a fantastic day ahead.
You too. You have a great day too.
Thanks, Tom. I appreciate it. Have a wonderful day as well. Take care.
You too. Have a fantastic day.
Thank you so much, Tom. I hope you have a fantastic day too. Take care and talk to you soon.
All right, Tom. So right off the rip, what is your takeaway from that? From your expert opinion, from all the call center stuff that you've done and everything, what was your take on that?
Sales, I mean, the air agent does a great job of, the client comes in with a problem, with a gap, and the air agent does a good job just digging deeper, building that gap. And the bigger the gap you create for that client, the more value you can present to that client, making it the sale a whole lot easier. And does a great job there. I mean, when I first originally started doing this and listening into just how they just dig so deep into the situation. I was just pressed for time trying to get through that call, but we've seen this live where people just open up and answer and just build that bigger gap. And as a result, you obviously with the post call notes, you're gonna get all those notes that basically it's just pure ammunition for your salespeople that get on the phone with this client there. And you go and talk, you listen to all these different sales things. They said the bigger the gap you create, the easier the sale becomes, basically. So that's just basic sales 101. So I say it does a fantastic job just building that gap. Another thing, how long did it take put this together?
Dude, it took like, I don't know, 5 minutes or so. I imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, the air portion of it, as you can tell, like the air portion is the easiest part. It's the Twilio, getting your number all set up. That took the longer portion of it.
Overall, out of the box, to launch this call took approximately 20-25 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, there's other things we need to go ahead. We need to go ahead and do a calendar. We need to do all that. But if you look at it, to train one call center rep for booking appointments is like a 2-day classroom training. The company I was with before ended with like a whole week of classroom training, and on average, your person typically doesn't get the script down for 2 months. Some people take 4 months to get the script down perfectly to where they're booking appointments the way you want them to book appointments. And if you look at it, and a lot of times the turnover, they only, a lot of times because of the turnover in some of these call center environments, it's really, really difficult to even see someone even last that long, that to really get the opportunity to see their full potential. So it ends up costing the company thousands of dollars. If you think about it, the classroom training, the person that's got to train them, the amount of money it takes to recruit that one individual, you're looking at 1, 2, 3, 4 months of salary before they even get to a point to where you want them to be. And this right here, with everything else that needs to be put in place, if it only took you, let's say, a week to perfect everything, the scripting, the calendar, that's just 1 week. One agent that could replace, 5, 10, 15, 100 different booking agents that cost you, I don't know, anywhere from $10,000 to $25,000 just in that time frame. And if you think about that, just how much money that saves a company and what you could do with that to scale your business up would be tremendous. I mean, if you got sales agents that are making booking calls right now, I've got a friend that I asked him the other week, you know, how often are you on the phone booking appointments and getting people on the phone to book for later sales calls? He says 2 to 3 hours a day. So that's 2 to 3 hours a day that you could take off someone's schedule, a salesperson's schedule, and input, you know, actual sales appointments for them by utilizing this. So having an air agent, you know, take over that task, because a human can only do so much, you know. In 2 to 3 hours, you're maybe looking at, maybe if you have, you know, good conversations there, you're probably looking at maybe 30 outbounds at most. That's a really good. In 3 hours, that's really, really good. But this air agent can make 30 outbounds in 1 minute. So, so, I mean,
Yeah.
that's the capabilities this has, and it will make your organization, um, just a whole lot more efficient, and actually, you know, basically making your sales individuals a whole lot more efficient with their time, if they're already on the phone making those appointment calls. And if you got appointment setters, you don't have to worry about the turnover, the sick leave, you know, everything that has to do with the human element. You don't have to worry about that anymore, because you've got and if you need to make a quick pivot to a change, I could tell you, in the call center, we make changes all the time to the script, and it was always a hassle. Oh, you know, you get that human element. People don't like change. You know, they don't like it. So it takes them a while to adapt to the change. This is just go in here, go and type real quick. You're done. It's live. You know, real quick. So you don't have that hassle. You don't have, you don't have 10 people harping at you like, I hate this new script. So, um, but yeah, I don't mean to go on a rant here. It still just
No,
blows my
no.
mind. So.
No. Thanks for your input. I mean, your background is really diverse in this area, and like your expertise is amazing. Thanks for the input on that. Because like when I like critique this, and like if we critique this as a just say this was a human analog call, and what would you rate this human being if this were a human? Like say you're in a call center, you listen to this call as a manager, what would you rate this call?
I would rate it a 7.
7? Okay,
Wouldn't give it a
cool.
10, only because we needed to get to slow down a little bit. So um, tonality and speed is definitely a key component.
Okay.
You need the client, the prospect, being me on that call. You need to slow down so they can process your question and give you a good answer that you're looking for. So having little pings like to get the agent to slow down is important. So
Okay.
that way it allows you don't wanna, because if it's too fast, it sounds scripted, right?
Gotcha.
Um, I listened to I can't remember his name, Tyler something, but he mentions, you know, for 20, 30 years, sales reps were told to get rid of the ums, get rid of the uhs, get rid of all that. But what you don't realize now is it's been like that for so long. Prospects hear the salesman on the other end, and they don't like that. So
Oh,
they don't
I'm hearing you.
yeah, so they hear the question. It's so fast, and they're not processing it. The only thing they're realizing, like, this is a fast talking salesperson, because we've been programmed for
Oh,
so long. And Tyler mentions, you know, slow down, throw in the ums, the uhs. It doesn't hurt the process. When you get to selling, obviously, be a little bit more assertive towards the end when you're trying to present the value after you've built that gap so large. But you want to make sure the only way you can build that gap to where you want to be, they need to be able to process your question. And if you're going blah, 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 too fast, they're not going to. That's why I give it a 7. So you want to maybe throw some uhs, put some dots in there, just to slow the agent down, basically.
got you. No, so what I'm hearing you saying is one thing, it basically sounded too perfect. It was too fast.
Yeah,
And so,
if you came to me 5, 10 years
yeah,
ago and like, oh, this was awesome, but then if you actually got some prospects on the line, that wanted to give you some like real good honest feedback, they're like,
okay,
yeah, it was good, but it's too fast. I didn't quite process the
okay,
questioning that much. And then that's part of what Tyler mentions is slow down, especially when it comes to those deeper questions that builds the gap. Actually, when you slow
got you.
down, and you lower your tonality, it shows empathy. You know, and when you show the empathy, you put their guard down, and they'll actually give you that deeper answer you're looking for. That the deeper answer you get, the bigger the gap you build. The bigger gap you build, the more value you can present, and the easier the sale becomes.
Got
So
you. Okay. Dude, structurally and everything, I actually like the flow of the call personally. How did you feel about the flow of the call overall?
Flow of the call was a 10. I mean, I can't. Yeah, it's like
Gotcha.
I'm a big football player. So if you tell a receiver to do a post,
Hmm.
and they do exactly that, they're good route runners. This is a good
Yeah.
route runner. It goes exactly by the script. Basically,
Right.
it can pivot to certain responses if you go if you have, let's say, in the second paragraph, awesome, period, hey, do you recall that? Well, I don't know, and they're pissed off. They're not going to say awesome. So the script here does have the conceptual way of understanding the tonality of your prospect and answer accordingly. They're not going to say awesome to something where they sound negative on the other line. So they're going to match their tonality there.
So you were saying that we should add some ums and ahs and all of that and dots, and that will actually slow the agent down so that the prospect listening to the questions and everything has some time to think and process on their end. Is that what you're saying,
Hmm.
essentially? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that is super easy to do in here. I mean, we can just go, are you just saying just do this? Like
Um.
that?
Yeah. Period, and then maybe throw in a period, and then dot. That would really slow it down.
Like that?
Hmm. Like you
Wow,
could say,
okay.
comma, tell me about dot, and then insert what they just said. So you could that would really slow it down. Because it basically when you're slowing down like that, they're now their mind's now really thinking like, what is this guy gonna say? So that way they can
Hmm.
process the what they're about to say here, which is insert what they just said. So basically, the air agent's just gonna be doing a recap there
I
of
like it. So adding some of these things, even would it be even beneficial to add it at the end
you could
or
add it
even
at the
in the
end, in the
question?
middle. Basically, try to interrupt. Like if you have an important um question there that you're trying to condone, like maybe do like an interrupt in the middle of a sentence after the importance
Okay.
of what you're asking.
So
So
like
like
this, yeah.
what are some biggest problems and let's say some constraints. And that's just the common
Okay.
person says some twice, you know? Like if you look
Okay.
down here at the what is that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down, it says what are some biggest what are some biggest problems? Like if you get it to slow down, it sounds like you really care. But if you say, hey, now bring it back a day. What are the biggest problems or constraints you're facing right now, especially in terms of data breaches? You say it too fast, it doesn't show that you really care. That's why you want it to get slowed down. So what are some, let's say, some biggest problems or let's say some constraints that you may be facing right now? And you get it to slow down that way by throwing some dots, some uhs, it basically allows the client to process the question that they're about to ask, so they can give you so they can give you the answer you're looking for.
So something like this.
What are some biggest problems? Yeah, what are some biggest problems, or let's say, dot, or say some. I know it's not proper grammar, but like you could say, or let's say some, or let's say comma. Put a comma after say. I know it's not proper grammar, but it will slow it down.
Yeah.
Say, comma, some, comma, constraints.
So say some.
Yep. I know it sounds redundant, but it's gonna sound more human, and
Okay.
more it's gonna condone more empathy there. Constraints, your constraints, like put an constraints you're facing right now, especially in terms of data breaches.
Comma or just
Yep. Yeah, constraints. Put a comma after constraints as well before they go into the
Okay.
you're facing right now. I don't know how it's gonna sound. It's gonna be interesting to see how that sounds, but
Right.
you
All
kind of play
right.
around with it to see.
Yeah, yeah.
see, like you keep doing these role plays to get to that point. Like you could, if you could have different like role plays here, like you could actually erase the whole script and just have this one sentence being said to
Yeah.
get the one sentence down that you're trying to get it to be perfect for your organization there.
Gotcha. Okay. So that's a major, like, dude, that sounds like gold on making this even better. Because, like, where you said, if we did this and we went through the whole thing, we would bring this to what, a 9, 10?
If it sounds the way I'm thinking, it may not be as slow as I want it to be. So, because I've done that before, and it's
Yeah.
still fast. Like it'll say, now bring it back to present day. What are some biggest problems, or let's say some constraints you're facing right now, especially in the data breaches. So it's going to be probably not as slow, but slightly a bit faster than how I'm saying it. But it definitely would give it a 9 or a 10 if that's the case.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay. So what you would do if you were just doing this whole script is you would basically go through this script, do another role play, right? You'd save it, do another role play, listen to it, and keep tweaking it until you kind of got it to perfection of where you want it to be,
Yeah, and
tonality wise.
one thing we've learned from error is, I don't know if you remember, but the founders are saying if you're trying to fix something, if you've got 10 problems in a script, focus on the one problem first, figure that out first, and then move on to the next one.
Gotcha.
You don't want to fix one and then go to the next one and fix it, and then go to the next one and fix it, and go to the next one and fix it, because you may cause another problem in somewhere else. So you just want to focus on one sentence or paragraph first, fix that first, and then go to the next one, if that makes sense.
Gotcha. 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 So in this, editing your script, I suggest that we edit it first, just workflow wise, edit it first, kind of get it to where you want it to be. And then we connect our calendar and everything. So like when we get down to here, so that's my wheelhouse and critique on things. I'm like, well, for me, I'm like, well, it didn't send it anywhere. It's nice that it had the appointment that was set, but
But
it
yeah,
didn't sync to anywhere, right? And so for
correct.
me, as from an operational standpoint, I want it to actually sync up to a calendar and actually have an appointment booked on a calendar. That's what gets me excited about this. Um, that's kind of the next step for me. So with that, I think that's where we should kind of pick up on the next one is, do you think we should go over this, finishing up editing this first? So I think that's the proper workflow of actually getting this out. Get this to kind of a usable state where it's has the slowed down, like slow it down and all that sort of stuff, and then actually tie in the integration with the calendar.
Yeah, we can. I mean, next was knowledge base, but we can do that. We could do
Okay.
the calendar.
Okay. Do you want to do the calendar or we could do the knowledge base too to do that.
Calendar, I think it'd be a long video.
Yeah, that's gonna be super long. It's
So
gonna kind of be like Twilio all over again, not probably longer than Twilio, honestly. But yeah, so where we go from here, I think let's finish up kind of editing this up here, and we'll edit it up offline, and then we'll share it on the next video, and then we'll go with the knowledge base then, since that's next on our docket, and then syncing it up with the calendar, because that's what we want. We want to get people to sync this up to their calendars as quick as possible, because that is super cool and vital for running any campaigns on this. Would you agree?
I agree.
All right, so that's gonna end this video. Guys, if you need any help, this is very, very detailed. We can be going over editing this all day. It doesn't need to be perfect for you guys to actually set out a campaign, but we do but you do have to set up these kind of checkpoints. Make sure that it's synced up to your calendar, that's booking. Those are things like I want to test out the gate. So maybe I kind of work in the reverse where I would just get this going, make sure it works, and then I would set this up here, make sure the calendar works and everything, and that's actually triggering properly. And then I would go through and edit kind of the language and getting this dialed in once I know that all the major checkpoints are kind of set up and that they're checked off. Because if we have problems there, that's going to be a problem, right?
Yeah, and to your point, calendar is very important. Obviously, you don't want to send this off to a campaign to a bunch of leads you just purchased, and you're booking appointments without a calendar being synced. That's a big problem because then you have to go through all your recorded calls, listen to when it was booked, and you're going to find some double bookings, and that's some outreach you're going to have to do. So from rescheduling, so just be careful on that. Make sure that your calendar is synced up before you do launch that campaign. This is a huge importance too. It's just it's not major. It's not going to hurt your business if you launch a campaign, but having a knowledge base is a huge importance too. So any sales call, any booking appointment call, there's going to be clients that have questions. So you want to make sure you fill up that knowledge base as clean as possible. I mean, you can even throw in some and we'll show you we'll show you that tomorrow what that looks like. We have some knowledge based questions that tell the agent what type of customer that we speak to, who's our customer, what do they do. Basically these are just knowledge based questions that allows the air agent understanding the client a little bit better on who they're talking to, and then also some additional knowledge base about your product knowledge. If you want to have your air agent talk about pricing before they get on a call, I'll leave that up to you guys. When it comes to a booking agent, I want to recommend it, especially if you do have some very dynamic pricing. Like your pricing model is different for every type of client depending on their situation. So just keep that in mind too. But yeah, that's basically it. I mean, calendar and knowledge base are two pretty important factors that make that phone call a lot more valuable. So.
You're right, right. No, those are some great points there, Tom, to highlight there. Those are very, very important. So we can't stress the importance of those things. And we're just trying to highlight all these things so you guys can have some massive success in your businesses. We want everyone to be successful. And if you guys need help in any way or any capacity, go ahead and reach out to us. We have open lines, contact us. Tom and I are very approachable people, and we can get on and get you going.
And
That's kind of thing.
We haven't mentioned it before, but months before we came to this point, we've been working on a complete done for you system. So we do have it to where we can definitely book appointments for you, and we definitely help you with the streamlining the process and building out the script, the knowledge base, calendar. We have it pretty easy. If that's something you guys want to do, if you don't want to go through this entire thing doing it yourself, you don't have to. You can always go through us. But if you're encouraged to go do it yourself, we're open. We do have some in the link below. If you go ahead and look at it, schedule yourself on a Q&A session. If it's just a one-on-one and you're the only one, that's okay. Just be prepared for some questions in case that isn't in fact the case. But yeah, you can jump on there. So that we run those right now. It's every Wednesday night is when we're running those. So just check that out. It's in the link that I'll have posted below or wherever you're looking at this. If this is on TikTok, it's going to be in the description or my bio there, or if it's on X, it's going to be in the description there. So just look out for that Linktree if that's what you're looking for that Q&A session or that DFY. We can go over and what that looks like and whatnot. So.
All right, sounds good. Yeah, thanks, Tom. Thanks for your time and going over this with me. And again, we wish you guys all the best success here. So let's go and get this done, guys. Don't get stuck in analysis paralysis and stuff. We're going over this stuff real slow and basic so that you guys can actually get it done and just be successful. So be successful and take action with this. All right. All right, you got anything else, Tom? Or are we good?
We're good.
All right, guys. See ya.